these days we're hearing a lot about Copenhagen goals, like being a carbon neutral city, having like new tracks, having facilities, swimming pool facilities near every citizen. What are the goals or the projects you are working on for the next years, your goals for the next years in your department?
So again, the overall goal when it comes to bicycling in Copenhagen is to increase the market share of the bicycle from 37% of the commuter traffic to 50%. So that's like the overall goal that is guiding the projects we do. And then some specific projects that are interesting we're doing at the moment. I'll just mention three. We have a street here, this one here, from here to out here. It's called Nørrebrogade. And here we have, on this stretch, we have 36,000 cyclists a day. And we are going to redesign the street because also we have close to 40,000 people in buses and around 22,000 people in cars. So we are going to redesign the street so the allocation of space is more fitting to the people actually using it. So we're going to build broader cycle tracks, better conditions for the bus passengers, and then we're going to stop through-going car traffic. That's a very interesting project because it's a very busy street. It's probably the street in Western Europe with the most bicycle traffic. We're going to rebuild it, to redesign it, to improve conditions for people on bicycles, for pedestrians, and for people in buses. That's one example. Then we have another project aimed at this. What you see on the map is the municipality of Copenhagen. There's around 500,000 people, but in the whole of Copenhagen there's around 1 million. And we're going together with a lot of the smaller municipalities around Copenhagen to build what we call super commuter cycle highways, which means high-class bike tracks out to the suburbs, so you can quickly get from the suburbs to Copenhagen. And that's a very interesting project, both because to work together all these different municipalities is very promising. And then we'll probably see more and more electrical bikes, and then suddenly maybe a distance of 20 kilometers on a bike is not that hard, or 15 kilometers. So there's a lot of potential in that. And yeah, the last project could be we try to do some communication, some campaigns as well to make it fun to go on a bicycle, or to show that the city is grateful because of people in Copenhagen are choosing the bicycle, because it in the end it saves the city money and it makes the Copenhagen a better place to live in. And for example, in the spring we'll do a bicycle to work campaign where we go out and we are on the street and we give people, you know, coffee and maybe some nice croissant or whatever, and we have some fun events taking place to in fact just to communicate to people going on bicycles, we're grateful that you choose the bicycle, it's good for the city. So that could be a third example. But again, there's a lot of projects going on, and I think that's the important thing, working with bicycle traffic. You have to work with a lot of different projects, everything from very small to big projects, like we're also going to build a new bridge across the harbor. So it's a mix of very small and big projects.
And do people feel safe about driving everywhere with their bike? Are there any research about people perceived like safety?
Yeah, there are, and we're working quite a lot with that because it's interesting. We have seen in Copenhagen, if we look 15 years back, the risk of being in a serious accident when you are on a bicycle has decreased with 65%. So it's a lot, statistically, it's a lot safer to go on a bicycle now in Copenhagen than before. In fact, I mean, we have very few accidents, but people's perceived safety has not been improved. The reason is probably that we have seen an increase of people on the cycle tracks, and if you put people close together, it just doesn't feel comfortable. You feel more threatened both by other people on bicycles, but also by the car traffic, because you have less space. So when we're speaking about making more space on the cycle tracks, it's both to make it easier for people to get through, be able to go faster, but also to increase the perceived safety.
Safety of people.
Yeah.
Are there any other like cities who are you working with, or people from other countries coming here to study what you're doing, your, I don't know, best practices on these cycling policies?
These years in Western Europe, it seems to me there's a lot of focus on the bicycle. I guess, like in Copenhagen, the bicycle is not the goal in itself, but it's a mean to more livable cities, to more efficient traffic flows, whatever. So we have quite a lot of visitors from other big Western European countries to look at how we work with the bicycle traffic. But also we look very much to other cities. We look especially to Holland, who has a very high standard tradition when it comes to cycle traffic. But we also, for example, look to Sweden, where they have some very good work with campaigns or information. And then we see more and more of the big cities in other places in Western Europe doing interesting things, in London or Portland in the US. So we try to learn from them as they learn from us. We try to learn from them.
Okay, so we will try to learn from you too.
Okay, but,
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.